Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Tyler, also known as the Ches, and this is Chezzy Tunes, where I try to bring humor and entertainment to the EDM space. And I'm thinking about stopping my intro. I don't know. What do you think? It's been maybe right when I hit a year of making videos on this channel, I'll skip it. The people know who I am. They know Chezzy Tunes, baby. But as a nice segue, the second video I ever put up on this channel, almost a year ago, was a reaction to Disciple's Knights of the Round Table Volume 6. Volume 6. It was a compilation of 30 songs from the Disciple Roundtable label, and I think only maybe 5 of them were serviceable, give or take. The rest was just very bare bones, generic, forgettable, or just poorly made songs. Really nothing that great to latch onto for one reason or another. Either it just wasn't my type of thing, it was square 4, or it was just kind of bland and repetitive. So obviously you could tell I am thrilled to be back bringing you another compilation from Disciple Roundtable. This one, however, is their Roundtable Reinforcements series. This is volume 4. And thankfully it's only 13 tracks this time, so much less to take in, much less to go through, but hopefully that doesn't mean less quality as well. Hopefully it was fewer quantity, but higher quality. Can't say I have high hopes though. Disciple has consistently fallen further and further down in quality for me. There's always some standouts. There's definitely some artists here and there that make consistently good music, but as a whole, as a collective, the overall average of what's coming out of the label is going down. The good releases, the good singles, or the good pieces of compilations are few and far between, which does make the ones that are good really stand out. So shout out to those artists, such as Marsix or Dyadic, and a few of the others that I pointed out in the last compilation reaction. But with this one, they did release a teaser, as they usually do, a little preview of all the songs on the compilation. I avoided it so I could go in blind, but people in my Discord checked it out and didn't seem too thrilled about it, to say the least. So we'll see. We're going in with an open mind, open ears, and reasonable expectations. I have set them at a reasonable level. I don't expect to be wowed, so maybe that'll help me out. But either way, without further ado, let's jump into this thing. 13 tracks, Roundtable Reinforcements, Volume 4. The first track is The Tree of Zaqqum? There's 2 Q's. 2 Q's? Words don't have 2 Q's in them. I don't know how to pronounce that. But it's by IMAN and Disciple Roundtable. Okay. Or IMAN. Let's do it. Here we go. First track. Got an intro that's pretty well made so far. That sort of wind instrument. A lot of Disciple stuff, especially the Roundtable. Roundtable specifically is a very generic rhythm, so I'm sure we'll get rhythm, but give it some flair. Okay, I like the percussion in this. Keep the variation though, change it up. Well, now the snare's starting to lose its effect on me, actually. You had me for a minute. I like the little bongos or something in there. It's a little treat. Just a little treat. I think the snare's just a little loud. My opinion of the percussion keeps changing throughout. That was cool. I like that little sound there. Yeah, these fills are nice. There's some creative sounds, creative sound design. I think the overall package here is a little forgettable. At least there's little flares, little bows on there, a little sprinkle of glitter to spice it up. I've never heard of this artist. I feel like a lot of the Disciple Roundtable releases have featured a lot of artists that are very underground that I have not heard before, or maybe I'm just out of touch. So keeping in mind that they might be more amateur, I give them a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. Last little drop here, let's go. Give me some variation. Okay, I like how it's wow. Like the sub kind of comes in at the inverse of the main synth. Okay. So I'd say overall, still forgettable. I don't think the main focus of the drops, the main synths are very spectacular or engaging, but I think it was at least doing enough. There were some interesting ideas in there, interesting sounds or a little percussion-y flair in there. The fills were cool. So there was some essence there that I liked. I think as a whole, but at least it was doing something. There was something being done, and that is worth admiring. But usually the first couple tracks on these things are decent, at least, to kind of give you a false sense of security of like, oh, okay, this is all right. And then it just goes downhill. So I feel like that is almost the peak that we're going to get is with some flares, but we'll see. Next up is Operator by Eccentric. Okay, this is really well mixed. Okay, I like all these samples and scratching. Very cool intro. I'm just worried about the drops. The drops are what lose me. But I'm into this. I'm digging this. Don't lose the fun. Like, tuk, 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 tuk. All the little noises in here are cool, and they're mixed well in a way that feels good on the ears. Yo. You kind of lost the personality here a bit, no? Yeah. I mean, yeah, I like when it adds the melody back in there for a second. And good sample work. But this isn't much. Not to my taste, at least. Like, this is fine. I don't think this is bad, but I don't think this reaches the level of fun that the intro does. It's getting a little better, though. Not that the drop has to have this kind of musical, melodic nature to it. It can just go for more heavy stuff, but I feel like it's stripped the most of its personality when we get to the drop. And it has such a fun character otherwise. Keep that essence, keep that fun going. Let's go. Like, this is fun. Like, I'm ready. I'm like, yeah, let's have a good time. Like, can the second drop fill my tastes? Fill my tastes. Can it fill my tastes? He likes the sound of that. See what it doesn't have the same personality. It's still mixed well. Like, the production on it's fine. It's just these sounds are much more lifeless compared to the fun of everything else going on. Like, all that extra stuff is cool. I think I still enjoy this one overall more than the first, though. That one's definitely doing some cool stuff. It's definitely having some fun. I just wish the main synths of the drops were a little more colorful, a little more lively. Because clearly you can produce. Everything else is really, really good. I think I want to check out more of Eccentric's stuff, more of their catalog, because clearly they know how to produce and make fun music. It's just, yeah, the drop, the main emphasis of the drop, the main synths that were being presented as the focal point of the drop were a little less interesting, a little more mundane, which felt out of place given how fun everything else was. So a bit of a letdown in that regard, but definitely decent enough. I enjoyed it, at least. It didn't completely rub me the wrong way. Just wanted a little bit more from it is all. But next we move on to Stronghold by Aveon. Sounds like a really mundane intro. We're getting right into it. This one doesn't sound like it's gonna be my cup of tea. Yeah, no. Uh-oh. I want you to listen to this song. Call me a week from now. Tell me what you remember about it. It's switching up the flow a little bit, but these sounds are just so boring. Like even live, this wouldn't even really get my attention. Nothing here is, nothing's like, whoa, you know? What was that? Well, okay, maybe that one sound. Second drop. I'm so thrilled. Here we go, second drop, guys. Get excited. Here we go. Yeah. The same exact synth, just sped up. Is that a Star Wars sample? Is that what that sound is from? I'm not a huge Star Wars person, but I can recognize certain things, maybe. Or I'm crazy. This is just bland. And that's honestly the biggest sin you can have with music. Obviously, if you make a great song, a banger song, awesome. You have my full support. If you're an amateur, or maybe you're just trying to step out of your box a little bit, and it's like a weird song, it's kind of wacky, maybe it's a little not my thing, that's okay. I respect it. But when it's a boring song, when it doesn't have much personality, when it's just generic, that's when I have an issue. You can be bad as long as it's like creative. I could see there was some character to it, even if it rubbed me the wrong way. But when it's just boring, when it's forgettable, like at least let me remember your song for one reason or another. There's some like really bad songs that I still remember because they were bad in such a unique way. But some things you just poof right out of your brain. And that's going to be one of them, unfortunately. Sorry, Aveon, but I just didn't find that very memorable. Next, we move on to jjjacksen. jjtek by jjjacksen. Jacksen with an E. Jacksen? Okay, got a lot of different percussion-y sounds in here, a lot of different hats and stuff. And some rolling kicks, a very odd intro, okay. Ick. That gave me the ick. That was a cool, like, transition into this. I didn't like the sounds it used, but I like the idea, the concept of how it moved into the drop was cool. This is one where like the pieces are in the right place, like it could be something good, but all the sounds are just not what they need to be. And the mixing is not great either. Things are a little messy, a little muddy, a little just grating, not even to my ears, but like to each other. Everything's trying to fight for my attention. At least this one has a little bit of character to it. Just some janky sounds, just janky sound design and mixing. It just needs to be put back in the oven for a bit. Yeah, see, this weird kind of fake out thing as it switches to the drop is kind of cool. But then the sounds are like, ugh. Like if the sounds were completely different, but the pieces were in the same place, the flow was the same, this could be something pretty cool. But the sounds are just not good. Or just the mixing of them. I don't know if it's the actual, it's probably both. It's the sounds themselves and how they are mixed, how they are mastered. Yeah. Yeah, it's still going. We got 30 seconds? Come on. I thought it was over. Okay, well it is, but we got an outro. Very strange outro too. It's all just a little weird. So I guess that is one that I didn't like, but was kind of weird. There were some choices in there that were unique. There was things that were at least slightly unconventional. So I have respect for that, but it does sound quite amateurish in multiple ways. And I think for that, your punishment is to actually add another J to your name. You have to add a 4th J to your name. That is your punishment. Sorry, I don't make the rules. You got to change all your socials. You are now jjjacksen with an I. Next, we've got Danger by Mr. I and Reverend. Whoa. My anxiety, it's kicking in. Oh, I'm scared. The danger. I am the danger. Okay, quite a lazy intro here. Just kind of threw it at us, threw the drop at us. This is okay. Still nothing playlist worthy though yet. Okay. A lot of the round table songs, they have this issue. I don't know if it's an issue or what, but a common occurrence where the sub is like just too woof. The bass is too present and it kind of overpowers everything. That seems to be quite commonplace. Obviously, I like bass, I like sub. It's an important piece of the music, but if you crank it up too high, definitely lessens the overall value of your song. All right, an interesting choice. Are we gonna incorporate this sound into the drop? This is so odd. No, hit me with the drop again. It would be different. No. No. What is that? What is this? Oh, I was early. Or it was late? Am I stupid? Don't do this. And you did it in like the laziest possible way. Ugh. I think that was part of this song, but my thoughts exactly. Ugh. God, I'm so tired of that trend. I'm so tired of it. Why is everyone doing it? I'm gonna make half my song, and then I'm just gonna throw some kicks in the second half and call it a day, baby. That's music. I hate it. It was cool for like 2 songs. It was cool. 2 songs. I hate these techno drops, man. They can be good, but sometimes they're just shoehorned in there lazily. There's no character to it. They all sound the same. It's just boring and it's lazy. And that one was literally just kicks, other than the. That's literally what the song sounded like. It sounded like I threw up on the beginning of every bar. Like I opened FL Studio, I put my 4 kicks, and I just threw up and looped it. That's the danger. That's the danger. Vomit. That's the danger. Okay. But next we've got Workout by Smileyz and SHASHOU. Let me get my workout in. I gotta stand up, get the blood flowing. Let's go. Get my workout in. Some squats. Whoa. Whoa. Pretty lazy intro once again. Give me a cool drop though. No. Work out, more like out of work. You are gonna be homeless. Another issue with the sub is too overpowering. The sounds are mixed weird. Everything's eating one another. Cannibalism. Just bland rhythm, baby. Bland rhythm. We love it. Oh, God. How long did it take you to make this? Be honest with me. How long did you work on this? Oh. The good thing is at least I should be able to cut out a good amount of this video, because I'll just make it a real short and sweet video. Or it'll just be me crying and yelling and getting angry for half hour. That's cool too. The drops are the same, are they not? This is like the third kind of drop, and I'm pretty sure it's identical to the other two, no? Did you just repeat the same drop 3 times and call it a day? It's time to go to work is right. You need to get a job. Stay out of the studio, although it doesn't seem like you spent too long in it to begin with. I don't like to be harsh. I don't like to be a cynical person. I like to uplift the community, support the little guys, you know? But sometimes, you know, you gotta call it like you see it. Sometimes you just gotta be honest. And I like these roundtable videos. I like Disciple to just be my punching bag. And like I said, a lot of you, like I don't recognize hardly any of these names. So a lot of you probably are just up and coming, brand new on the scene, or, you know, just getting your feet wet a little bit, still on the amateur side, the underground side. So, you know, I'm not trying to discourage anybody or insult your work, but still, you know, if things are bland, you gotta add some character, add some personality. That's all I'm saying. And when it's back to back to back, it just, you can only do so much. I can only handle so much. Next, we've got Weird and Odd by Wodd, which I assume is what Wodd stands for, or what Wodd is a combination of. I believe Wodd was on the last compilation as well, but I can't say I remember what Wodd's song sounded like. I'm gonna check real quick. Wodd. Am I crazy? Where did I see Wodd? Wodd. What did you do, Wodd? Oh, Wodd was on the All I Want for Christmas is Bass. That's right. He made funk with me. Okay. So you were on a compilation. All right. Well, let's see what you got this time, Wodd. Please, I want to be a little weird. That's all I ask. Yeah, weird and odd. Both of it.
First attempt to a weird and odd moment, please be aware of strange noises that can occur randomly.
Okay.
If you're feeling any discomfort or injuries, don't tell me.
Okay, sure.
I don't care.
All right. I appreciate the honesty. See, this is fun. I don't know if it's going to be a good song, but it'll be a weird song. And that is still worth praising. All right. Give me some strange, some weird stuff.
Let's get weird. Odd. Wodd.
It is weird and odd. I like the kind of froggy nature to the bass synths here. Everything's a little croaky. It's unique. I wouldn't say I love it or anything, but it is unique. It is standing out. Get weirder, baby. Odder. Ooh. Ooh. The percussion here is kind of lame, to be honest, but the bass is cool. I don't like how empty this part is. I wish it added a little more to it, but still goofy. It's having fun, at least. So I'm having a little more fun. There's no tears in my eyes, no furrowing of the brow.
Embrace what you are.
Oh, trust me, that's not a problem.
Embrace the weirdness.
I'll embrace the weirdness. Yeah. Oh. Embrace the weirdness. The weirdness is here. The weirdness is here. I always embrace it, baby. I'm weird, I'm odd, I'm cringe, and I'm proud. Okay. I don't think that one's gonna go in a playlist. I don't think I'm coming back to it, but it definitely stands out. It definitely stands out because it is weird. It is odd. It doesn't sound like just some generic stuff. It could have done more. It could have had some extra elements in there, but the sounds were silly. The samples were strange. It's memorable because it's weird. It's goofy. Have a good time. That's all I'm asking. Can we keep that trend going? Probably not, but can we keep it going? Next is Burn 'Em by Dassim. Dassim? Something like that. Don't shoot. Uh-oh. I hear several squares. Oh boy. I'm not thrilled. Here we go. This This is a weird flow, but not like a good weird. Okay. We're back. We're back to normal. Nope. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I kind of hate this. I don't like these kinds of synths, man. I don't. I never will. They just aren't interesting to my ears. They put me to sleep. They have like a weird drowsy effect on me. Not for me. Not for me. Not for me, folks. If Square 4 was good, there would be a Square 5, okay? That's all I'm saying. Give me something completely different. Blow my mind. Do it. No, my mind is still in one piece. I can feel it. I'm still coherent. I'm still cognizant of what's happening, unfortunately. Ugh. It makes 3 minutes feel like a really long time. It just ain't for me. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I feel like they all sound the same. They're using the same synth and they all kind of feel just as bland as one another. I have yet to hear a song like that I've enjoyed. And I don't think I will. I don't think I will. It's not really a challenge I want to take on either. Not for me. Okay, so this next one though, I have some hope for. Fingers crossed, I have some hope for it. This is HYPERVOICE by Chalbért. Whenever you put an accent on a letter, I don't know the proper way to say it, so I apologize. But you and euphee have made a song together, and supposedly I have heard from Splitter. I mean, Splitter said it, so naturally I believe Splitter. Splitter in some way co-produced or provided something to this track. So I've heard of all three of these artists. I love me some Splitter, so I'm hoping this means there's at least some creativity here. That's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for, please. Please, for the love of all that is holy, give me some creativity. HYPERVOICE, let's go. Immediately, I'm like, whoa. Wow, immediately, woo, I'm here. Let's go, let's do this. This feels so different. What the heck?
I wanna share my voice with you. Can you tell my tongue is tied? The lump in my throat doesn't want me to sing for you.
I like how subtle these. Ooh, I like those notes too. That's cool. Some of the notes that are being sung are catchy. They're hitting just the right note there. All right, get to the draw. What we got? Ooh. Ooh, some little. Boing, boing. Immediately, so much more interesting, engaging, fun, and intricate. I don't know if it's fully my type of thing, but I'm engaged. I'm still liking what's happening. And there's effort put into each piece of the song. Doesn't feel like any piece is lazy or bland. We love that. I wish this middle section was doing a little something more. There's still effort here, but I don't find it super enticing either. Very interesting processing on these. I love how it's opening up. Bring it back. A little chaotic, but like kind of a good chaos. Now, come on, Shadow. Chaos, control the chaos. Chaos control. I feel like there needs to be another element in there. Okay, that works. Snare might be a little too something, like too close to being an organic snare, maybe? I don't know. It needs to be a little more digital, but cool. Nice little outro. All right. definitely a highlight, definitely a standout. It's so much different from all the other ones. It's almost, it doesn't even belong on here. According to Euphee, apparently this was a song that the three of them had originally made for a Silken Wood compilation, Sleepover Volume 2, and then just the two of them sort of took it over and made it into a song for this compilation instead. So that might be why the overall vibe is much different and playful. I don't know if it's quite my type of song, but I definitely appreciate it. It is a complete breath of fresh air on this compilation. Way more fun, way more unique, and just so much more variation and style throughout the whole thing that is hard to not admire. So big ups to all of y'all. Enjoyed it. Good work. Let's keep it going though. That's the last of my high hopes, at least. But we'll see if one of these last 4 tracks can at least do something interesting. Next up is Kneel by Tremorr. Always like a good ominous opening vibe. It's a good starting place for a dubsteppy rhythm track. Give me some more elements. Let's go. Yeah. Not a bad intro. And it's called Kneel. We gotta kneel for him. We gotta pay our respects to Tremorr. Come on, Tremorr. We'll pay our respects. How do you kneel? Okay. Definitely need to work on your snare game. Like, this snare's okay. This is fine. I see potential. The sounds are relatively solid here. This section's a little weaker. Because that snare is weaker. Poof! Poof! No. Yeah, this one's a little better. Yeah, this part sounds so weak. Don't switch to that snare. That snare has some growing up. It needs some protein, needs some meat on its bones. That thing got bullied for sure. Still getting bullied. I'll bully it. I'll push it down. I'll steal its lunch money. But this one has some potential. I see something underneath the grime. I see a decent trajectory for you, Tremorr. You're doing something. You're doing something. Second drop. Here we go. Not only that. It's another one where the structure of it, the ideas are there, but I think some of the sounds are not quite what they need to be. And again, some of these, it's half your snares are not good. Half of them are fine. Half of them feel a little floppy. Yeah, I think I described it decently enough. I see potential. I think the idea is there. I think the overall presentation of it, though, is a little lacking. But I see what's trying to be done. I see the attempt is there. There was effort put in, and I respect it. Still needs some work, but I see where you're going with it. You got something there. You're onto something. You're definitely onto something. So that one was okay. It was okay. Next is Witch Hunt by HEXX. We got a lot of people with more than one letter in their name. Almost every artist on here has more than one, like a double of a letter in their name. Interesting connection there. Eccentric, jjjacksen, Smileyz, I guess, counts. Wodd, Dassim, euphee, Tremorr, HEXX, and the last person as well. Weird requirement to be on this compilation. I don't know why that hat's abrasive. Feels like it was just placed in there without any sort of EQing or anything. Just threw the sample over top. Let's go.
Your kiss is cold and icy as death.
No! No! I get it. It's called Witch Hunt because that's what you want everyone to do. That you want them to hunt you down. You're the witch that needs to be burned. Except usually witchcraft is kind of cool. Witches and magic and stuff I like that. I don't practice it. But I think it's cool. And this is not that. I don't want to go through 4 minutes of this, honestly. Yeah, it just sounds like every other song that uses these sounds, man. They're identical. It's the same sound, it's just how many whoops? How many whoops per minute are you gonna give me? Are you giving me triplets? Are you giving me 4x4? What you doing? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Other than annoying me, putting me to sleep, making me cry, literally sobbing. Give me 1 less square. Give me 3 squares. Square 3. The thing about it is, I don't like it. That's clear. I don't think that's shocking to anyone. I feel like there's also a lot of other people that don't like it, find it very mundane and bland the way I do. But I don't really hear anyone in strong support of it. I haven't heard anyone come out of the woodwork saying, what? Square 4 is the best. I don't know. I assume it's pretty easy to recreate, and maybe that's why it's like low-hanging fruit. It's pretty easy to make a song that is that style. Maybe that's why it's so commonplace. But I just feel like it's boring. I feel like it would be boring to make too. Like, I don't know. It doesn't seem very interesting to create either. It just seems kind of bland from all aspects. So I don't even know why people make it so much. Or maybe it's just not clicking, and there's certain people it just really clicks with, and I'm not one of them. I don't know. I will not ever like it. I just find it very boring. And it is what it is. If you love it, I'm so happy for you. There's plenty of it for you to digest, but I don't want any of it. So sorry, HEXX, that was not for me. Penultimate track though, Cloud City by Phocust. I like the name of the track, and I like the way that it's like focused, like I am focused, but spelled in a cool way. You have creativity, so maybe that means you have good production skills too, creative production as well. One can certainly hope. Just a fine intro. Nothing incredibly creative, but not bad either. Give me a cool drop though. Come on, please. All right. A little more melodic in nature. That's a good way to stand out so far. I wish your drums were a little more punchy, a little more crunchy or something. They kind of just blend in with the sub. They don't really hit you the way I would like them to. Getting right back into it. What we got? Change it up. Change up a little more than this. There's some cool little fills. All right, another one where I see potential. It's not hitting, it's not quite where it needs to be, but there is something here. There is some substance there. Nice little midpoint here, a little bridge. I like whenever we get some melodic elements, because most of these songs don't incorporate that into the music, so it's refreshing to hear on these compilations. Final drop, let's go. There's definitely something here. It's just some tweaks need to be made to really elevate it, but we got something here. I want a little more variation, especially with the second drop. I feel like more could have been done. The synth could be changed a little bit, but that one was decent. I'll give it a decent. Maybe just make the drums a little punchier, add a little more variation to everything, and you might have something. You might have something. I'm not mad at it, at least. I'm not mad at that. And now we get to the final track. The final track, good lord. Did we save the best for last, or did we throw some trash at the end? This is DDOS by PROXXXY with 3 X's. Gonna get a computer virus here. Okay, I like the walkie-talkie noise. Interesting choice. Interesting sample choices, so that gives me hope that there might be some quirkiness to the drop. Your snare is a little too punchy, a little too much high end, and there needs to be some more layers or something. This main sound isn't doing much. Second drop, come on. You have one more attempt. Some of these sounds are just a little uncomfortable. Again, the sub is like weird and loud, probably because there's not enough elements in there. There's not enough like depth to it, width to everything. So the sub is just really obvious. It feels completely separate from what's going on. I've almost like, this one, I basically tuned this out at this point. My brain has like stepped away from that song. Okay. Ugh. Bruh. Okay, it's still just some Disciple Roundtable yuckiness. It's still got the same exact issues as any of the other compilations that have come out. Again, I do attribute it. I feel like a lot of it is because these are underground producers. Maybe some of them are pretty new to it. This might be their first kind of major release for all I know. I don't recognize most of the names on here. So some of it, at least some of the blandness, you can attribute to just the people don't have a ton of experience. They haven't found their sound yet, or they're still learning, or they're still practicing, whatever it may be. And so that's fine. But again, I have issues when things are bland. Like, you can be new to creating music. You can be a new producer. Things can sound amateurish. Your sounds could be mixed improperly. You could have a snare that's a little weird or off, but you need to at least still have some creativity, something for me to latch onto. And a lot of these just feel very generic in their execution, very bland in what they've presented, just kind of following the blueprint of what a rhythm song should be and not doing anything that really feels diverse or creative or unique. And so it just really becomes forgettable and a slog to go through. And that's, again, the biggest sin when it comes to making music, is having it be bland or boring. I don't care if it's bad or has flaws or is a little rough around the edges, as long as I could see some potential there. But when it feels lifeless, it just drains you. And unfortunately, a lot of the songs on these compilations are that way. And so it becomes very tough to get through. There were some things that were decent though. I feel like the first track was fine. Operator was good outside of the drop. I feel like the drop kind of lost its character, but everything around it was really cool and interesting and unique. The foundation was there for sure. Then it was a bunch of Weird and Odd by Wodd was quite good. Again, not quite playlist worthy for me, but very weird and odd. Very fitting name, unique sounds, memorable at least, and quirky. And I like that. HYPERVOICE, like I said, not necessarily for me, wasn't my kind of thing, but really, really cool and creative. Had some great character to it, diversity throughout, and a lot of fun. Neil in Cloud City, there was something there. I could see the potential. I see where it was going. I know that you have talent. You just might need a little more practice, but there's something there. You're getting there, and that deserves some props. Keep doing your thing. And I believe that was it. I don't remember particularly calling out any of the other ones. So overall, not even half of them did something of substance for me. And we still had some Square 4 in there, and we still had some really generic stuff. So definitely another fail. Definitely not a thumbs up approval of this compilation. Another one you could probably skip outside of maybe 2 or 3 songs. I don't think I got quite as angry or upset with this one as I did the last one, but it is less than half as long. So that definitely helps with my sanity and yours. But I will continue to check them out because there are sometimes some decent songs. And at the very least, sometimes I find new artists. So I do, like Eccentric, I'll check you out. I want to follow your music. I'll see what else you've got in your catalog. I know I've heard from you once or twice because I think, I can already see you were on an Exobolt comp. So I heard you there, and you were also on one of the all-nighters, or 2 of the all-nighters, multiple all-nighters. And all right, you've been in a lot of places. I've definitely seen your name plenty of times. Okay, so that makes sense. So Eccentric, I'm going to follow you. I'm going to go back through your catalog. I think you're deserving of that. If I'm not already following Chalbért, I'll follow you. I'll follow euphee, and maybe I'll check in on Tremorr and Phocust. I'll see what you guys are doing. But that's another compilation down. Pretty bland overall, but one can hope. One can hope that Disciple will get more picky or something. Something needs to change for sure. But what did you guys think? Let me know what you thought of this compilation. What were your favorite songs? Which ones bored you to tears? And what should I check out next? A big shout out to my patrons. I really do appreciate your support. And of course, a big shout out to my absolute tune, Will Vegas. If you want early access to my videos, uncut versions of all my reactions, and bonus content every single month, including me reacting to your suggestions, be sure to check out the Patreon, link in the description. Other than that, I appreciate all the support. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one, and keep on jamming out, my dudes. Peace!